Alright, what is going on, guys? It is Benny, and today we have the return of the Mortar Goat. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I am talking about the Little Prince. We finally have a crazy deck that uses the Little Prince. I've had a lot of people asking me for that, so we are going to be using that as we push into Ultimate Champion. Now this guy, it looks like he might have Balloon. The Bowler plus the Lumberjack is giving me some weird vibes here, so I think we're up against Balloon Freeze. Now, with this deck, you are going to want to run Princess Tower. I've had a lot of people asking me about what they should run with this, you know, their Mortar decks right now, if it should be Cannoneer or Princess Tower. It's looking like Princess Tower is going to be the meta right now, so that is what I would run if I was you guys. And if that ever changes, I'll let you know. I actually do prefer Cannoneer overall, but if it's not meta, then it's definitely not going to be worth running. Let's throw a Berserker into the bridge here, just to keep the pressure up on this guy. I don't want to give him the opportunity to build up a massive push, especially because he has Balloon Freeze. That's a lot of elixir that he would have to spend. And then I guess I'll play my Little Prince right here, and I'll play the guards for the E-Wiz. This is going to be a little bit dangerous just because if he decides to go for a Lumberjack plus a Balloon, I could be in a little bit of trouble here. So let's have our minions ready. I'm not going to play the Skeleton Barrel or anything. I just want to hold off and wait and see what he plays for the Little Prince. It doesn't look like he's going to go for the Lumberjack quite yet, so now I'll go for the Skeleton Barrel. Keep that pressure up on him, kind of keep him on his toes. And then I'm holding on to... Oh my gosh, I hate E-Drake so much. That is disgusting. He almost messed up his Tornado though, so that was almost good. Now I could go for a King Tower activation, but honestly, I don't want to waste that much elixir after he spent so much elixir. So let's go ahead, let's wait for it to hit, and then let's go ahead and play the Mortar and just keep that pressure up on this guy and see if we can get... Oh, what the heck? What? That is not what I expected him to play. Holy crap. I was not expecting a Golem to come out in this guy's deck. That is kind of crazy, I'm going to be honest. But we do get the Mortar lock. He's going to have to put a decent amount of elixir into that Golem lane there in order to get anything out of it. So I'll go for the Evo Skeleton Barrel into the opposite lane, and then let's get the Berserker down. Might even... Actually, no, I'm not going to pop the Little Prince ability. I'm just going to leave it at this for now. And then... let's go for the Mortar opposite lane because he's going to want to play that Bowler defensively. So if I do that, then he's not going to be able to get both the Little Prince and, you know, the Mortar with the Bowler. So we've got that decent push there. Let's pop the Little Prince ability here as well. Just keep that pressure up on him and be a little bit more annoying. And then I'll go for a Berserker in the opposite lane because we're actually going to get good damage with that Mortar, and so we're going to force him to have to counter out that Berserker, and he's going to mess up his E-Wiz. That is a little bit disappointing for him. I'll log on defense there, and then I'll just play my minions, and then let's go for a Mortar right at the bridge here. We're keeping that pressure up on him. If he tries to play a Golem, then I can just go for this stuff on the opposite side. Let's get the Berserker right here to deal with the evil Lumberjack. And then we've got some really good bridge spamming going here, so I'm very happy about that, but I kind of have to slow down a little bit. Let's get the Little Prince in the back here to get that 3-card cycle, actually, and then let's go ahead, let's play the Evil Mortar opposite lane, and then let's go for the Evil Skeleton Barrel on this side, because he's probably going to have to play the E-Drag, or he's going to go for the E-Wiz like he did there. Now he has way too much elixir that he's holding on to, so he's not going to be able to stop us from getting that lock on the tower there, and he can't support that Golem push. We can just pop the Little Prince ability there, but we do have the Mortar lock, so that looks like it's going to be a win for us. So let's give him a good game. Let's give him a good luck, and let's go on into the next. Alright guys, we got our next matchup. Let's go ahead and just play the Skeleton Barrel into the opposite lane there, get that going, and then we'll wait and see. He's got Hunter, so I feel like this is definitely going to be Royale Giant, unless it's some sort of trick like that last matchup. There's the Royale Giant. So I'm just going to play the bats right there, or not the bats, sorry, the minions, to deal with that Royale Giant. And then I think I might log on defense here. It's a little bit dangerous because we are going to take one shot, but that'll just keep us in a good elixir position, to be honest. And then the minions might get some damage on the tower, which is very nice of this guy to let us get. So we will even things up pretty good. And then against Royale Giant, one of the biggest things, honestly, is just the fact that we're not going to be able to necessarily spam better than he can. You know, he has so many cheap counters, it's really easy for him to defend. So we have to be a little bit more aware of that on our defense, but we do also have to try to make sure that we don't let him just like mindlessly build up a massive push, right? So that is kind of the biggest thing that we're looking out for. Let's get the guards right here. Oh my gosh, we didn't catch the Fisherman. That is kind of crazy, but that's okay. I think what I'll do... Ooh, okay, I'm going to start the Little Prince in the back. I'm going to ignore that Hunter, let it get it one shot on the tower. Then I'm just going to go for the Mortar here again, because he might go for the Royale Giant to the bridge, and then I can minions. Yeah, okay, there it is. And then I'm going to pop the Little Prince ability right here. That'll just be a little bit more of a nice push that we have going into the opposite lane there that he's going to have to deal with. He's going to hit me with the Vines plus Log. That was actually really smart. I didn't expect that. That was really smart of him. I have to give a bit of credit where credit is due there. But what I will do is I'm also going to play my Evil Skeleton Barrel here, and hopefully we can get something out of that. So We got the Berserker, plus we got the Evil Skeleton Barrel, so we're going to get some great damage there on the tower because he played way too much Elixir to try to go offensive there. And then he's going to play the Vines and Panic, and whenever you see your opponent play a Panic spell like that, that is your perfect indication that they are down on Elixir, so I'm going to go for the Mortar opposite lane. And then let's actually defend this Mortar with the guards. I know that they're going to go down pretty quick, but the Royal Ghost will have a little bit less HP, and hopefully we can maybe get an extra shot or two out of our Mortar, which it looks like we will. Now I'm going to cycle the Berserker into the opposite lane. One more shot would be amazing. That is beautiful. I'm so happy about that. And then, ooh, those were kind of bad bats, to be honest with you guys, but that's okay. Let's go ahead. Let's get a defensive Mortar down here, actually, because I know that a Royal Giant is going to be coming out. So the defensive Mortar will help us take out the Hunter, and then I can just log on it to make sure that it for sure goes down. And then let's go ahead. Let's start the Berserker right there. And he's going to build up a bit of a push here. So let's go ahead. Let's play the Skeleton Barrel into the opposite lane. Stop him from doing that. And then... do I want to play my Little Prince ability here? No, I'm not going to quite yet. I'll play the guards first, and then let's just wait and see what he does to defend this. The guards should get some pretty good value. Let's pop the LP ability now, and then let's actually Fireball here, and then let's go ahead and let's do the bats. He's probably going to hit me with the Vines, so I'm going to wait for the Vines to come out. Let's log on the Royal Giant, and then let's go ahead and play the Mortar into the opposite lane here. And then let's actually go ahead and let's get the Evil Skeleton Barrel going in there. We do have the Mortar lock as well, so that is going to be a win. So let's give him a good game. Let's give him a good luck. Alright guys, we got our next matchup. Let's go ahead. Let's just play the Mortar right here at the bridge, get that going, and then we'll wait and see what he does. He's going to go for the Furnace. Honestly, like, Mortar first play is such a bad idea, but I just love to do it. It is my favorite thing to do. I'm going to Fireball on the Furnace here because with the Mortar, that's going to take it out, and we're going to get some really good damage here. But the fact that he's letting me get this damage is a little bit worrying, if I'm being honest. So you know, let's just kind of keep that in mind. Let's get the guards down here, and then I guess we'll probably have to get the Berserker down as well, but the guards do a pretty good job of dealing with the Archer Queen, so I'm happy about that. And then because we have the Berserker, I'm just going to go ahead and play the Skeleton Barrel right behind, just because that's going to be some good value. And we're up against Royal Hogs, so having our Little Prince ability is definitely going to play a big role in this matchup. Oh my gosh, his tower just got absolutely deleted. There is no way that we are cooking him like this. He has to be lagging or something. I feel like he is like played nothing. That is really weird, but I think that we have a pretty good matchup against this guy's deck, assuming that he hasn't given up right now. Oh my gosh. Okay, never mind. There is a surprise Mega Knight just hiding in this guy's deck, so we'll see how that impacts things here. I'm gonna play the Little Prince right here, and then I guess let's pop the LP ability here. Hopefully that Spirit doesn't jump, so we'll defend against that pretty easily. And then I'm just gonna hold off, maybe get the Berserker onto the Furnace right there, and then pretty easy defense, to be honest with you guys. Let's go ahead. I'm going to get the guards down here just to force them to play that Archer Queen ability a little bit early, and then we don't really have to worry as much about it. So I'm actually going to go for the Evil Mortar into the opposite lane. I'll take that Archer Queen damage any day. And then, oh my gosh, holy crap. Okay, well, because he hit me with the rocket, let's go ahead and let's just get a Skeleton Barrel going into the opposite lane there, just because, you know, we might as well take that cycle. And then we will get some decent damage out of it, but now I do have to be careful for the Royal Hogs. Let's go ahead and let's play the bats, and then we can just Fireball, and that will all get taken out, so we take no damage. A little bit of an over defense. I probably shouldn't have played the minions, but you know, whatever, who cares. And then let's cycle the Berserker into the opposite lane, just because we have such a fast cycle. I know I can get back to whatever I need in time. And then we'll play the Mortar. He'll probably go for the Archer Queen if I had to guess. There's the Archer Queen. So now let's go ahead and play the Evil Skeleton Barrel. Then let's get the Little Prince down right here. Let's get the minions actually right on the Mega Knight, just to be a little bit more annoying. And then I am going to log right here onto those Barbarians. Minions are just crazy, guys. Like, do not sleep on the minions in this deck. That is like the best advice I can give you, is actually make use of your minions, and you are going to win so much more. And then let's go ahead. Ooh, that was a bad Mortar to play. Let's get the guards down here actually, just to defend. Ooh, hold up. Okay, good. I was worried that that Fireball was a bad Fireball. We will defend those Royal Hogs, so it's going to be pretty hard for this guy to break through at this point. So let's give him a good game, and then let's get the Berserker right here to make sure that we don't lose. We'll give him a good luck, and let's go on into the next match. Alright, you guys, next matchup, we got the Skeleton Barrel in the back there. This guy's got Furnace. That is gross. Let's play the Little Prince. Ooh, okay, we're up against Mortar. We got a Mortar versus Mortar matchup, so hopefully we can win this one. Okay, what do I want to do? Man, I'm going to defensive Mortar here. I don't like to do that against a Mortar matchup, to be honest, because, you know, it just doesn't feel like I'm a tough guy asserting my dominance when I do that. But I think that's going to be the best course of action here. Now, we do have minions, so I'm going to try to take advantage of those on his next Mortar, just because we can, you know, take out his Mortar from a pretty good range. Ooh, the Golden Knight as well is a little bit crazy. I already know that this guy's going to get a... What the heck is going on? Oh my gosh. Okay, well, he used the Golden Knight ability, so he has to wait at least a little bit before he can play that. And then he did miss his arrows. Let's just get the Berserker right there. How did that Golden Knight get onto my Little Prince, man? That is absolutely crazy. That was disgusting. But what I will do is I'm going to play the Evil Skeleton Barrel there, just because we have the Little Prince going in as well. You know, make it a little bit more of a scary looking push, even though it isn't. And then the Little Prince will help take out that Mortar. We might get some skill. Oh my gosh, what is this guy's deck, man? Oh my gosh, okay. I guess I will just get the minions right here, and then I'm going to go for a Mortar counter push because I don't like this guy's deck. And then we are going to wait and see what he does. He does have the Furnace there, but the Fire Spirit will get tanked by the minions a little bit. So we actually might be able to get some damage out of this Mortar, depending on if it wants to play by the rules and fire quicker. Oh my gosh, okay. No damage from the Mortar. That is disgusting, but at least we have good damage on the right side. It's going to be really hard to defend this guy's push, though, if we let him build up a big push. So I really do need to be kind of pressing my advantage a little bit against this guy, I think, here. Okay, let's cycle the Skeleton Barrel in the back here. And then I'm just going to split my minions, I think. And then he's probably going to try to get a P.E.K.K.A down. There it is. So we're going to go for the Evil Mortar into the opposite lane. And then let's get the Berserker in front of this. There's the Flying Machine. So I'm actually going to Fireball on that just to get rid of it. And then let's go ahead with the Skeleton Barrel because he just used his arrows. And he used his Curse. So that's really good for us. Then I can just get some more minions down right here. And then he's going to go ahead and play his Evil Mortar. I'm hoping the minions lock onto the Mortar and not the P.E.K.K.A, to be honest with you guys. And then let's go ahead, let's do this. Let's pop the LP ability right here. We are going to defend against all of that, and then we can log right there to help take everything out. And then I guess let's just play the Berserker right here. Let's go ahead and let's get some minions onto that to help take it out. He's going to have to use his arrows if he wants to get rid of them, because they will stay alive a little bit longer. And then I'm going to play the guards right here. Let's just get a Little Prince down right here. And then he's going to play the Golden Knight, but that's not going to get there in time. So let's give him a good game, and let's give him a good luck. Alright guys, we got our last matchup of the video here, so let's go ahead and slam this guy. I'm going to play the Skeleton Barrel into the opposite lane there. Actually, that isn't even an opposite lane. That is literally the start of the match, so I don't know why I said that, but Skeleton Barrel is going to do its thing and take out that Musketeer, and I'm loving it. And then, what do I want to do here? I'm going to hold out a second. Ooh, okay, he's going to start the Bowler in the back. I don't really know what this guy's deck is. I'm suspicious of a Graveyard, but, you know, it's kind of early in the season, so it could be like a freaking Hog for all I know. I'm going to cycle my minions right here to deal with the Bowler. Oh my gosh, there's the Hog Rider. Like, see, like, that's kind of weird, man. I'm going to be honest with you. That is a little bit odd. But at the same time, I actually have a lot of respect for anybody that uses their own built deck. So I don't know, maybe this is a meta deck and I'm just crazy and I didn't realize that. But that is something a little bit unique that I'm not used to seeing. The Skeleton Barrel is going to get some great damage there, so I'm happy with that. And then, what do I want to do here? What am I feeling, guys? I think the minions are going to be the right play here because I want to hold on to my Little Prince. But honestly, in a matchup like this, like, my Little Prince isn't necessarily my best counter to everything. So I'm actually gonna I'm gonna keep that in mind, I think, because my minions do a great job against the Bowler. They do a great job against the Hog. It's just the Executioner that they're not great against. So I think I need to kind of keep that in mind. Let's get the Little Prince down here, though, to take out that Executioner, because that is a good exchange. And then, I mean, assuming the Little Prince actually gets it down. If it doesn't, that would really suck. But we are going to do that. I'm going to hold on to my Berserker to defend against the Bowler in case we need it. Oh my gosh. Okay, I guess I'm just going to Fireball right there, and then I'll Berserker on the Bowler there. And then let's wait and see if he plays anything, because if he does, that would be way too much elixir for him to play. Okay, so we're good on that regard. And then, what do I want to do? I feel like I'm a victim to having just like the not greatest cycle sometimes. So let's play the Skeleton Barrel here, and then let's go ahead and get the guards down right here to deal with that. And then I'm actually going to play the Mortar right here. Ooh, that is depressing. Let's go ahead. Let's get the Berserker in front of this. I did not expect to get all of that damage. Holy crap. So the Evil Mortar is just going to do its thing. But the Musketeer snipes it. So, you know, I feel a little bit less bad about playing the Mortar there, because obviously we didn't 100% need it. Now, let's go ahead and let's get the minions down right here. And then let's get the guards down as well. And then I'm just going to log right here to stop that Hog Rider. And that push is going to get taken out. Minions are going to get on my tower on the opposite lane, but I'm not worried about them taking the tower. So I'm better off holding on to some of my elixir than you know, over defending against that. And I'll play the defensive mortar now to deal with the executioner. If he goes for the hog rider on this side, we have so much tower HP that it's okay, and then if he goes on this side, it's going to get pulled. Let's go ahead and let's fireball and all of that, and then let's just get the berserker down right here. And he tried to hit me with a surprise lightning. That is pretty crazy, but we are going to get the win. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it, and I cannot wait to see you guys in the next one.